Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? Buku Gaming back with another video. And in this video, I'm talking about the AFC Championship game, NFL AFC Championship game, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs, Sunday, 3 p.m. in Baltimore, Maryland, which is not that far from me, probably like 3.5 hours from me, 4 hours from me. So it's really not that far from me. But we're going to talk about the championship game against these two powerhouse teams, or you could really just say one, which is Baltimore. They was pretty much the number one team this whole season. But without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna get into the stats. We're gonna get into, my final score prediction and who I think I'll be moving on to the Super Bowl. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start off with the Chiefs, and this being the Chiefs' sixth straight championship game. Yes, six in a row. Their fifth one was last season, and this will be their sixth. And I'm pretty sure out of the six, this would be like the third straight time like they played the Bills to get to the championship game, or like the fourth time. It's like 3 or 4 times that they played the Bills and beat the Bills to get to the championship game. So, because the last game prior to this game coming up, they beat the Bills again to go to their sixth in a AFC championship game. I almost said NFC there. So yeah, this is the Ravens. This is their first. I want to say their first since 2012 when they went to the Super Bowl and played the 49ers in the Super Bowl when Flacco was the quarterback then. So I think I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure this is their first since. I'm not sure. I gotta go back and check on that. I gotta go back and look on that. But so far as defense go, because I like to start out with defense. Because really the Ravens, their defense is incredible this season. They always been known for defense. You can go all the way back to like the 01, 02 defense. You can go to like, oh man, what was another great defensive season for the Ravens? I want to, when they won the Super Bowl, because that was Ray Lewis last time playing for the Ravens. That was a great defense there. Like their defenses, like they're known to be a defensive team. And so as far as like their defense go, obviously first in the NFL in pass defense. They had over five. They had like over 5 or more games this season where the defense held teams to less than 20 points. First in the NFL in pass rushing. So just harassing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback. They're first in NFL in that. First in NFL in pass defense. Let's see. Like I said, 5 or more games. Holding a team under 20 points. As far as like QB hits, top 5. So basically, just their defense, just all around, just top 5. This past season, 2023 season, and that's going up against a very offensive heavy team like Kansas City. We'll see how Mahomes and Kelsey, Pacheco, and all of them will line up against that defense. See how successful they are. That's the defense. As far as the defense go for the matchup against Kansas City's offense, and then as far as Kansas City offense goes, You know, you had Kelsey. Far as Kelsey, I'm not even gonna say far as. I'm gonna just say straight up, one of the best tight ends.
Jackson now.
Top 5 tight end, possibly. He could possibly be a top 5 tight end in NFL history. Obviously, he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. No telling when he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame, but he is a Hall of Famer. Mahomes, Hall of Fame, guaranteed Hall of Fame QB. So you. Andy Reid, guaranteed Hall of Fame coach. So, you know, they know all about offenses. And, you know, as far as offense goes, as far as the Chiefs, Mahomes, his last game against the Bills, you know, 17 completions, just over 200 yards, 2 TDs. Kelsey, he got 75 receiving yards.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
Scantling.
6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
His first name.
The Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
I can't think of his first name. I know his last name is Vasquez Scantling. What's his? I think it's Marcus or Marquise, something like that. But he had 60 yards. Rice 40 yards. So, you know, Pachinko, almost 100 yards rushing.
Again,
so you know that was a pretty good offensive standout as far as that goes. You know, high power offense, but that's normal coming from a team like the Chiefs, and just what they're known for and what they're built off of. Let's see, they're pretty much undefeated, and they're pretty much unstoppable when they score more than 20 points.
First down, it's Jackson.
And like I said, the defense, as far as the Ravens killed multiple teams in multiple games to less than 20 points. So we'll see how that matchup goes. That's a good matchup. And we'll see if the defense, as far as the Ravens to succeed, or the offense, as far as the Chiefs to succeed. So that'll be good. Because, you know, going into the game, being undefeated when you score more than 20 points. And a lot of people, you know, we've seen the NFL this season. We've seen low-scoring games, you know, where the Chiefs didn't come out on top. But if the Chiefs break into their offense and their offense is successful, and they score more than 20 points or more than 3 touchdowns, they pretty much guarantee to win. So I like to see that matchup between that offense and that Ravens defense. That'll be a good matchup to do. Then far as the Chiefs, far as their success goes as a team overall, out of the last 5 championship games, they won 3 of those. They lost 2. So, and I think they lost. I can't think of their 2 losses. I can't think of the 2 losses that they had. I think one of them was against the Rams when the Rams won the Super Bowl recently. I think that's what it was. I think it was against the Rams.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they
you know, but as far as that goes, you know, they're pretty successful. As far as like big games like this, like championship games, and you know, not necessarily Super Bowl games, because they did get blown out by Tampa Bay that won Super Bowl with Tom Brady. But I mean, they're pretty successful when it comes to big games. And then now to talk about their defense is 7th overall. As far as like pass defense, I don't know if that's necessarily like against like receivers or just overall pass defense. But you know, to be top 10 as far as pass defense go, I'm thinking that it's like more specific. Like I think like 7th, like as far as something like tight ends, I want to say, or something like that. As far as I think it's more like specific. I don't think that's overall. But their rushing defense, their pass rushing defense, is second in the NFL. So you got the pretty much the number one pass rush defense and the number two pass rush defense going head to head. So I like to see that go, see how that work out. Now to switch over to the Ravens. The Ravens, as far as home games go, they damn near almost 10 home games this season where they score more than 30 points. Surprisingly, as far as Lamar Jackson, I'm pretty sure he won MVP this season, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Hall of Famer QB. Even if he don't win a Super Bowl this season, but I'm pretty sure he'll probably win the Super Bowl before his career over. But I'm pretty positive that he solidified his spot for Hall of Famer. I'd probably say within like the next 3 seasons, he's gonna solidify his spot as being a Hall of Fame QB. But he only has one win against Mahomes in the matchups that they played so far, when both of them is healthy, playing, starting QB. But Lamar Jackson been on the tail this season, been burning offenses up as far as passing and rushing. And, his last game, which was against Houston, when they dominated Houston, he had 100 rushing yards and over 100 passing yards. So, I mean, the guy, he was all over the field. 2 TDs and no interceptions on 16 completions. 20-something attempts total on 16 completions. No interceptions. So, I mean, he was like, he was on fire. He was on fire. And, it sucks as far as them losing 2 good running backs, the Ravens losing 2 good running backs. So for their current running back, I think his name is Justin Hill. I know they did sign Delvin Cook, but I think like Justin Hill, because I know they lost their rookie running back, and I can't think of the other running back name. I know they lost both of their running backs this season. So for I think his name is Justice Hill. So for him, he stepped up big. He's doing his thing. Didn't have a lot of rushing, but I mean, he took 60 yards against Houston. As far as their rushing offense, despite losing 2 running backs, they number 1 in yards per game for the 2023 season. So that just goes to show that, they have players that can step up when they need it. And like I said, as far as losing 2 good big running backs, big pieces of their offense, and then for this running back to come in and for Dalvin Cook to come in, yeah, he came in postseason, but he still contributes. So for them to finish number 1 in yards per game as far as rushing, that just goes to show. As far as the receiving goes, Zay Flowers, he good. I kind of see like him as like a Tyreek Hill Jr.
And now they're going to go for 2.
Somebody that is good in the flat, somebody that's good, middle of the field, but then can also break out downfield for like that long pass. I definitely see him as another type. Like, he's the closest thing to Tyreek Hill that we got in the NFL. So, he's doing this thing. They got Beckham. Beckham ain't really been making too much noise. Me personally, he's on the back end of his career, but I don't think he's going to be playing much longer. I'd probably say like another like 2-3 seasons, then I think he'll be done with the NFL. But Yeah, so that was the offense, defensive stats for Ravens, all offensive stats for the Chiefs.
So with under 30 seconds to
My
play,
final
this is the
score,
game
I
right
think it's going to
here.
be a close one. Honestly, personally, I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to
And this is going
overtime.
to be recovered by
I'm
the
gonna put that out there. I
AFC.
think it's going to
And that should
overtime.
just about put a capper on
And
this one. They had to
I
go
think,
for it with no
as far as
timeouts
stats
remaining
go,
on
as
that.
far as
This one's as
team,
good
as
as
far as
over.
success
They gave
go,
it
as
an
far
effort.
as
They tried their best,
being the
did
more
everything they
dominant,
could to try and get the
I think
ball
the
on the
Ravens is
onside
going to
kick. You're
win an
exactly right. They
overtime
had
win.
to
I
try
think they're
it
going
as
to
their
win by
only
3.
option.
I think it's
And
going to be
now this game is
27-24.
done.
I
Just
think it's going
take
to be
it,
a close
kneel,
game.
and call it a day.
Here comes the
27-24.
Raven offense
Ravens
now,
with the
ready for
overtime
another
win.
possession.
Justin
And they've
Tucker
got
kicking the
this one in
game-winning
hand. No
field goal.
timeouts remaining
I think
defensively,
that's
so
how
this
it's
one
going
should
to
just
go.
be one kneel and then handshakes.
You know, it might change. We might get something more of a blowout. We might get something like how Houston blew out the Cleveland Browns. We could get something like
Down to a
how
knee goes
something
Jackson,
close
and
like
that should seal it.
the Bills
And how
Chiefs.
about this finish?
You
Able
never
to
know.
take a
Or we
knee,
can get a
run out the
game
clock, and
like
close this game
when
out
the Ravens
by
when they beat
1
the
point.
Texans.
You talk
You
about
never know,
how
but
many
that's
coaches
just
we
me
talked to, they all
personally.
said the same.
I think the
All I
Ravens
did
are going
was
to win in
win 1
overtime
point.
by 3.
That got
Justin
tested in
Tucker,
this one.
Yep, and that
you
cliche
know,
rings true.
incredible
A single
kicker, Hall of
penny
Fame kicker,
separates this
kicking
one.
the game-winning field goal. They winning by 3, 27-24. That's my final predictions. Can't wait to see the game. Like I said, game at 3 is in Maryland, so we're gonna see how that go. And I ain't gonna waste too much of your time.
Obviously, Charles, this
Thanks
was
for
by
watching
no
the
means
video.
an offensive track meet. I mean,
Please
the
like,
defenses were the story in this
please
ball
subscribe.
game. But hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end
Take
of the
care
day,
of
that's all that
yourself.
matters.
Treat others the way
You're
you want
absolutely
to
right
be
about
treated.
that, partner. In such a
Buku Gaming. Signing out.